What's up guys, this is day one, workout one of a basic linear progression program. It's 3 sets of 5, not 5 by 5, but the basic concept is the same. It's linear progression, 2.5 kilos added. So this much weight will be added on every exercise, every single workout when I fail, because I will. 10% weight will be reduced off that specific exercise, and the show goes on. It's going to be consisting of an A, B, A. So it's workout A and workout B, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday are going to be my training days. And so basically it will be Monday workout A, Wednesday workout B, Friday workout A again. Then the next week would be Monday workout B, Wednesday workout A, and Friday workout B. So that's basically how it works. Specific exercises, you guys are going to notice what I'm doing. It's the same shit that I do while doing Bulgarian, but my body and my mind couldn't handle just continually adding weight on singles all the fucking time. It was too much. I need a bit more volume, I need to do a bit of reps while still keeping the volume manageable and really work hard on generating fatigue in all of my muscles, you know? So I'm going to do 3 sets of 5 with 80% of my current max on the squat. My current max is around 125 or just above that. So this is 100, this is 80%, and I'm going to do 3 sets of 5. So it's probably going to be pretty difficult, but not maximal. And then the next session on Wednesday, I'm going to go 102.5. And on all the exercises, I'm basically going to go to failure apart from the squat. The squat I can't afford to, I don't have a power rack, I'm going to fucking die if I fail. And my parents are going to scream at me for destroying the floor when the bar inevitably goes rolling off in that direction after having crushed me. So 3 sets of 5 of 100, let's go. What's up guys, and welcome. Welcome to day one of something new. Something fresh, and finally I can breathe out, but in a good way. I'm not here to rest, I'm not here to recuperate, I'm here to continue to work, to start where I left off, not anywhere above, not anywhere below, and to work just as hard, but in a different way. This program is going to be a bit easier on my body overall, I believe. It's going to be fairly low volume, 3 days a week, although the volume will still be higher than most of the Bulgarian training I have been doing, with the exception of certain short periods where I was doing a lot of volume after my extremely heavy sets. It feels really good to be doing 5s, to be honest, because they aren't as absolutely crushing in terms of weight. According to a 1 rep max calculator, 100 is about my 8 rep max. I'm out of breath. I feel it in my legs, but it isn't a max. 2 more sets. 2 more sets indeed. I've actually cropped these sets a bit. Usually I just, cut all the videos together, just put them after each other, and I did that today as well, but I cut off a bit of the time, the setup, the time it takes to walk to the barbell and adjust the weights a bit and get in position, breathe and brace, and then start the set. Just to save some time on these videos, because I know that most of you guys, statistically, don't watch my entire videos, and that means that either you guys have better things to do, or my videos are often a bit too slow-paced and a bit too boring. So I decided to combat that a bit while still maintaining my base template by simply shortening each clip a little bit. And since I don't have to do that on a million clips, it works well. So that's why it looks like I finish a set and then I start immediately. It's just because the camera cuts. And you guys will probably get used to it eventually. So 3 sets of 5 was actually more challenging than I expected with 100 kilos. This is about 80% of my 1 rep max, as I said there in the video. And that indicates that this should be around my 8 rep max. I can't really see super well in motion there how good my depth is, but I think it's good enough. I went with a pretty wide stance, just like I've been doing singles with, and I noticed that my abductors got completely decimated, and my glutes as well as my quads. But to be honest, my abductors, then glutes, then quads, that order of muscles got really thoroughly worked on squats today, and I'm very happy about that. Just 3 sets of 5 reps instead of a single rep that I would usually do on Bulgarian. On Bulgarian, if I were to, for example, squat 125, I'd simply go 60 for 1 rep, 100 for 1 rep, 112.5 for 1 rep, and then turn the camera on and do 125, almost absolute max. Really scary. Here, I just simply go for the squats, for example. I did, I just made sure my body was moving correctly, and it was, so no warm-up there, no warm-up required. My body was already warm and in motion. So I just went 60 kilos for 1, 100 kilos for 1, then I turned on the camera and did 3 sets of 5. And for the bench press here, I simply did 60 for 1, and then went straight to 72.5. And I can do that because I've been doing Bulgarian, and I've been doing weights that are pretty much close to absolute maximum every single day, so that my joints, my muscles, my ligaments, my tendons, my connective tissues, my brain, my inter and intramuscular coordination, everything is fine-tuned for really heavy weights, so warm-ups aren't as much of a requirement for me. I'm also very young and in very healthy and very good shape, so I don't feel like I need to do extensive warm-up sets, especially for a weight that isn't that heavy. I don't see 80% as that heavy. Now, obviously, doing max sets of 5 may feel extremely heavy, but it isn't really that close to your absolute max for 1 rep, which means that the risk of immediate acute injuries that aren't related to overuse is very low. The only real danger risk would be, misgrooving stuff like squats. That could be very, very, very dangerous. But since I don't really misgroove squats, I haven't really misgrooved a squat to the point of failure in, I don't know how long, probably a year. I don't feel like that's a legitimate possibility and a risk. Deadlifts, 115. I decided that my 1 rep max was 145. I went with 80% of that, which was 115. Now, this is a very low weight, and I still struggled, actually, to keep the right mechanics. And that will be the focus for the deadlift. I'm probably never going to try to go to the bleeding edge on the deadlift. I'm always going to try to keep the form nice and tight, and if it isn't, I'll just weight reset and count it as a failure. The deadlift is not an exercise to muck around with. I have been mucking around with it for too long on Bulgarian, and the problem with Bulgarian is, at least the way I run it, and that's simply my own way of running it, so it has more to do with me and less to do with the Bulgarian system being bad. But I pretty much progress on deadlifts every single week on Bulgarian, and I never stay the same and I never back down on deadlifts. The only way I compensate for bad technique is trying to build a little bit more muscle, so that when the next week comes around, I'm a bit stronger and hopefully my form maintains or gets a bit better. Now, in reality, you often get a bit worse every single week until you eventually just completely collapse, and that is what happened to me. So that's why my deadlift is starting at a bit of a low number. I'm not too worried about it. My deadlift is still above my squat by a little bit of a margin. I don't believe that my squat and deadlift, my squats and my deadlifts are in a good ratio. I believe that I need a bit more deadlift strength in proportion to squat. But this is a program that doesn't really force anything in that sense, in that manner. All the changes will come as they come. This is a linear progression program. This is based upon novice programs. This is basically a novice program, to be honest. The only reason I'm calling it a linear progression program is because I don't feel like a novice after, 3 years and many months of training. Now, obviously, I'm still a teenager, so and I never gained a massive amount of weight. So those are the reasons why I'm still within the novice bracket, but I'm headed towards the upper end of the novice bracket of strength, and hopefully by the end of the year, I will be, will I be an intermediate? No, not quite, not on certain lifts. Let me think here. The adjusted goals. Yeah, I want to get 100 kilos for 3 sets of 5 on the bench. That would put me at intermediate. And I want to get probably, let me see here so I don't say anything crazy. I'll have to figure out, to be honest, where I need to go on squats to match. Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm gonna have to think about it. I think I'm gonna stick to the same strength goals that I had at the beginning of the year. Apart from the deadlift, obviously the deadlift needs to be lower, but I need to adjust them for the fact that I'm going to be doing 3 sets of 5. So I need to figure out, how much percent of my 1 rep max I need to do with 3 sets of 5. I'm going to say around 85%. So let's say 160 was one of my goals, right, for this year, to get a 160 squat. I'll just take 160 times 0.85. That's my goal to get for 3 sets of 5 on the squat. And if I get that, then I've got my yearly goal. So that was the first video on this new program. Welcome back to old subscribers and welcome to new. I'm now above 900 subscribers. It feels phenomenal. Like that, those people are like, you guys are so many. And if every single one of you decided to raid my home, you could absolutely do so and completely destroy me. You could probably take over my entire city. You guys, I basically have an entire army at this point, and from all over the world, from the US, from the UK, from Sweden, from here from Sweden. I also have people from India and from New Zealand and a bunch of crazy countries. So welcome, guys, and see you at the top. But first, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.